All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Devin Smith PS4 Sports League Network, live on YouTube, PS4 live stream, Joe Price Facebook. Today we're doing week 17 of NFL Madden League season 13, 2018. I'm online coach, Big Kurt Lloyd Green. I'm going to be coaching the Philadelphia Eagles. We're on the road. The next game we lose, we're out of it. We need 8 wins to make the playoffs. So the next game we lose, we're out of it. So uh, this is it. It's all or nothing. If anybody want to join any leagues, friend me on my PSN at Joe Price 834. Friend me on Facebook under the name Joe Price, or friend me on my YouTube page Devin Smith. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the bell, so you can be notified for new content. Also, check out my Facebook page, Joe Price Hall of Fame, which is an exclusive championship Facebook page that has playoff championship content from the past and current.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in '05 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win.
Let's go. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
Jordan Reed is one of the best route-running tight ends in the NFL, and it shouldn't be an accident because at one point he was a college quarterback. So at times when he runs routes downfield, I think he's doing it with quarterback eyes and almost in a sense is imagining himself catching a pass from himself.
15, yeah.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done.
Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They run it here with Thompson. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12. A look now at the defensive starters for Philadelphia. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. That's caught by Butler over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Great 15.
They'll run with Thompson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So here are the Eagles now backed up to start their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. Throwing on first is Wentz. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Redskins scoop it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Throwing on third down, Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. And Suckup will put this one right through. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And that one will go down in the books as just a 1-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player, not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Eagles send out their punter now. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 20. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Right side complete to Butler. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
After reviewing the play, the line on the field is reversed.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. He gets away from one. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now Thompson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And they'll run it here to the 40 and no further. So the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Smith on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it hits the ground, instead going to an opposite color jersey.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
To throw on third down. Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this is caught off a deflection. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll go for a gain of 7.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw is Wentz. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So out now come the Redskins. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throw left side is complete to Reed. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, here's Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On first and 10, Smith. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the Cowboys who get the win at home. 31-10 was the final score. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. The veteran Phillip Rivers with a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. The Chiefs still kicking around in the race for a wild card spot. They could climb above 500 to 7-6 with a win. In the game you're watching, it's been the veteran Alex Smith with a strong first half. His guys take the lead into the third quarter as we head back to FedEx Field and Brandon Goddard.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Wins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Wentz going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Now Wentz on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. Wentz now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Wentz to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short. Again, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. Throwing now is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Wentz to throw on second down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action. It's Smith. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Smith now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Off of play action, here's Smith. He's going to launch this, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Come on now, let's go.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And his pass incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Into the red zone, Wentz. Jeffrey breaking the tackle, and it's caught. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And here it's just a simple question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple, to know that it did actually cross the plane of the goal line. But as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine if that happened.
After review of the play, the
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson wins. Taking it in.
Let's go,
and
Billy.
the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing his Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Now Wentz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
To throw, it's Wentz. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Wentz now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Wentz again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. On first down, Wentz. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Zach Brown in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Wentz now to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Right side complete to Butler. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The first throw for the backup Foles. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Now Foles. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's Foles. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Foles. Got him in. Open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Zach
Let's
Ertz.
go.
His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On first down, Smith. Now they go screen. It's complete. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. Smith now to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
He has several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Mills, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Ertz has it left side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Foles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Foles now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now back to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And that is incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on fourth down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So this is they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
From the gun on third down, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners
who
had them. Hey, listen, getting the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? and the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Back to throw, Smith. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Eagles, the win form is number 6 on the year, and they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Washington, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7, and they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all your points, as a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.